Have you ever had a thought that felt like it didn't belong to you? A sudden wave of anxiety or a burst of anger without any reason. In 2026, military intelligence whistleblowers are revealing a terrifying reality. The air around us has become a battlefield for your mind. This is the story of Project Pandora, a classified CIA operation that began in the 1960s and has now evolved into a global frequency war. Welcome to the world of electronic mind control, where your own brain is the final frontier for military intelligence. It sounds like science fiction, but the real impact of microwave radiation on human behavior has been studied for decades. Project Pandora started when the US Embassy in Moscow was bombarded with mysterious low-level microwaves by the Soviets. Instead of a physical attack, the embassy staff began suffering from headaches, memory loss, and sudden personality changes. Tessia realized that if you can manipulate the electromagnetic field around a human, you can control their emotions. Fast forward to 2026, and this technology has moved from secret labs to the very towers that provide our internet and cell service. Tease is the ultimate war mistake. A world where we have built the infrastructure for our own mental enslavement. Military intelligence uses what is called V2K voice-to-skull technology, which transmits sound directly into the inner ear using microwaves. Their victim hears voices that no one else can hear, making them believe they are losing their mind or hearing God. In combat zones, this is used to make enemy soldiers surrender by whispering the war is over directly into their heads. But the 2026 version of Project Pandora is much more subtle. It doesn't use voices, it uses frequencies. Every human emotion, fear, happiness, anger has a specific electromagnetic frequency. Be broadcasting these frequencies over a city. An intelligence agency can calm a protesting crowd or incite a riot at will. This is mass psychological engineering without anyone ever knowing they are being manipulated. Advanced satellites are now capable of targeting specific individuals in a crowd using bioresonant tracking on set. They have your genetic frequency. They can follow you anywhere and beam signals that affect your sleep and mood. Whistleblowers have revealed that certain smart home devices are actually dual-purpose tools for this frequency war. They collect data on your brain's response to different signals, sending it back to an AI like Project Sentient. TAI then refines the signal to be more effective, creating a personalized mental pre-zone for every citizen. The real impact is the death of free will. If your emotions are being dialed up or down by a machine, are you still you? In 2026, the race is on to develop EMF shields, clothing, and wallpapers that block these mind control frequencies. Bad military intelligence is already a step ahead, using scalar waves that can penetrate any known shielding material. TEAS technology is also being used for silent assassinations by inducing heart attacks from a distance. By vibrating the heart muscle at its resonant frequency, they can cause it to stop without leaving any chemical trace. To the public, it looks like a natural death, but to the intelligence community, it's a successful transmission. 2 documents on Project Pandora remain among the most protected files in the history of the CIA. They describe a future where truth is not what you think, but what you are made to feel. During the Havana Syndrome incident, diplomats around the world reported mysterious brain injuries from these energy weapons. Military intelligence denied it for years, but in 2026, they are openly deploying these non-lethal weapons on their own soil. The goal of the frequency war is total compliance, a population that is too tired or too confused to ever rebel. This is the ghost fleet of the Minda fleet of invisible waves that control the direction of humanity. The war mistake here is the lack of regulation. The airwaves are an open battlefield with no rules. Rival nations are now fighting frequency duels, trying to jam each other's mind control signals over major cities. This creates a mental fog that millions of people are feeling today, a constant state of exhaustion and brain fog. We are seeing a massive rise in neurological disorders that are directly linked to these secret military tests. The real impact on children is particularly devastating, as their developing brains are more sensitive to these signals. Some experts believe that social media addictions are being boosted by background frequencies to keep people staring at screens. TI uses the screen as a visual anchor to synchronize your brain waves with the military signal. TIS is the ultimate mind trap, a combination of digital and biological warfare. Every cell tower you see on the street could be a potential weapon in the Pandora network. They are disguised as utility poles or hidden inside fake trees, exactly like the fake targets we discussed. In 2026, frequency awareness is the only defense we have left against this invisible enemy. We are watching the militarization of the very air we breathe. The intelligence failure of our time is believing that if we can't see it, it isn't happening. The budget for neurological warfare has surpassed the budget for traditional tanks and jets. Intelligence agencies are now hiring neurologists and radiophysicists as their primary field agents. Pandora's box has been opened, and it cannot be closed. The impact on global politics is immense. You don't need to win an election if you can control the voters' moods. This is the end of traditional democracy and the beginning of neuropolitics. The secrets of Project Pandora show a world where the human soul is just another piece of data to be hacked. Every time you feel a sudden impulse to buy something or do something, ask yourself, is this me or is it Pandora? The mystery of the global tiredness is no longer a mystery to those who know the truth. We're living in a giant microwave oven, and the temperature is being controlled by men in suits. In 2026, the fight for cognitive liberty is the most important battle in human history. The war mistake of the past was building walls. The future is about tearing down the invisible ones. Stay alert, protect your mind, and remember, the frequency of truth is the only one they can't replicate. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the frequency war. Subscribe to support my channel and stay updated on the secrets of military intelligence.